Do you struggle to get kills in arcade? Do you play with your friend only for them to get 20 kills while you're struggling to get a single one? Well, here are 6 tips and 1 bonus one that I wish I knew as a beginner. These are very simple tips that you can put into action immediately, and they serve as a foundation for improvement, and you can be better than the average player. Trust me, I see so many people not following these, and they're the ones going 0-5. I am Gux, and even though I'm not good enough to be getting 30 plus kill games, I can still get around 15 consistently, and these are my tips on becoming a better arcade player. Tip number 1. Climb. As I'm sure you've already heard, speed is life, and altitude is life insurance. Having an altitude advantage is a way to heavily increase the odds in your favor, even if you're in a much worse plane. Altitude can be traded for speed by simply diving. Speed can allow you to run away, make it much harder for enemies to hit you, and in some cases, literally just give you better turn times. At the beginning of a match, climb at around a 40-degree angle. You can check this by holding C and looking at your plane in relation to the ground or horizon. I'll talk about more about what to do after climbing in the next tip. Now, in a bomber, instead of just being a bit above the enemy, you need to be as far up as you can. The way to do this is to side climb, or climb away from the battle. Instead of climbing straight towards the enemy fighters, who can outclimb you anyway, climb to the side, staying out of their sights and gaining altitude. Most fighters will stop climbing once they reach opponents, so you can continue climbing and wreak havoc on bases from above since your bombs reload. Speaking of reloading, at the beginning of a match, you can drop your bombs, giving you a better climb rate. Since bombs reload, you'll have more by the time you're ready to bomb. Now, I know side climbing takes a while and is boring, but you're the one who decided to play bombers in arcade. That's not my problem. Tip number 2. Don't dive immediately. Now that you have all that altitude, don't just immediately dive to the deck. In the beginning of matches, a furball always occurs. This is because many make the mistake of chasing the first person they see, which causes everyone to bunch up and create a big ball of targets. Don't engage with the furball. Chances are you will get like 5 people on you from different directions, making it literally impossible to survive. Instead, climb and go intercept some bombers who don't side climb, after killing all the other fighters that have climbed first, of course. If you survive the fight with the other fighters, you and your team should have the bombers all to yourselves, and you can secure yourselves a good 1 to 2 kills usually. Afterwards, if the furball has loosened up, you can go dive on people who are isolated, and due to your energy advantage, you can control that engagement and win. Tip number 3. Lead past the indicator. When you have a target, the issue arises with actually hitting them. Aiming in arcade is not really as simple as you think, because the lead indicator is an absolute joke, just like everything else in this game, like the missiles right now. In a lot of cases, it isn't accurate. To improve your aim, you can watch my aim guide, which is probably shown on the card in the top right, or you can check the description or something. To give you a super oversimplified basic rundown, aim about 25 extra away from your target that the lead indicator states. Here's a little diagram to illustrate. This is super simplified, and I highly recommend you take the time to watch my aim guide. It does include some pretty advanced tips, but I know there are other tips that even the newest of players can utilize. Tip number 4. Know your controls. I'll probably make a controls guide for beginners, but you should know some basic controls and what they do. Obviously, your mouse moves the aim and left click is to fire. Now, here's an important one. Clicking the scroll wheel or X highlights a target. This is actually more important than you think. Instead of the lead indicator appearing at around 0.3 kilometers, it appears at around 0.78 kilometers. However, make sure to follow my aim tip in the previous tip. Another one is C. C allows you to use your mouse to look around, and when you let go of C, it goes back to the normal position. Now, something I'm sure all experienced players would agree on is to bind pitch. Now, personally, I have W for pitch down and S for up, but you can choose other keys. Make sure to choose some easily accessible buttons, like maybe if your mouse has them, you can bind it to those. You may not use it now, but having pitch down and pitch up is so helpful in the future, and it's helpful to get used to it. Lastly, in controls, set hold throttle for VEP to false. This allows you to increase throttle and have WEP constantly be on until you turn it off or it goes on cooldown. Tip number 5. Be a good teammate. Now, I know this is hard for some of you to comprehend, but Warthunder is a team game, despite what you may think. If 3 guys on your team are already chasing down a bomber, you do not need to try to steal that kill. If someone is on fire and missing a wing, they are dead. You can leave them alone. Let your teammate have that kill. They probably earned it. Now on the other side, if your teammate is being chased, help your teammate. Since the enemy is focused on your teammate, they most likely won't see you, and you can get a free kill and help your teammate out. Just like how you can help me out by subscribing. Okay, I'm sorry. Seriously though, if you watched all the way to tip 5, that means at least one of the tips have been useful. The only way I know you've benefited is if you subscribe, like the video, or comment down below. As a small content creator, a single person can make a big impact, and it really does help me so much. Thanks. Okay, where was I? Yeah, don't steal my kills! Lastly, tip number 6. Know your plane. Now, this isn't the complicated, I know that I have a 23.4 second turn time and my speed is 7.5. No, basics. Know if your plane is a good turn fighter or boom and zoomer. General rule of thumb for low tier props. If it's a Spitfire, Russian, or Japanese, it can probably turn fight, along with some of the Italian and French stuff. If it's German or American, it's probably better for boom and zoom. Now, before you go commenting angrily, there are obviously exceptions, and I've personally only played American planes. Go search up your plane on random forums, ask a Warthunder Discord, or just shoot a comment down below. I'll look into it. Now that you know your playstyle, stick to it. If your plane is better at one playstyle, do it. Don't try to turn fight with a boom and zoomer, and vice versa. Remember to also see if the plane you're playing is just plain terrible and sucks at everything, because there are plenty of those. Bonus tip. Have fun. Now, I know this sounds cringy, but Warthunder is a very grindy game, and the only way I grinded this game was by having fun. Sure, you can make all the optimal decisions and probably survive, but that isn't fun, and sometimes it feels good to absolutely obliterate 3 people in quick succession, even if that means dying immediately afterward. Not saying you should always do this, but play to have some enjoyment. This is a video game after all. As a beginner, I was drawn into this game by the cool top tier jets, and I really wanted those. So I began grinding. After about a month, I realized that was impossible, and I left for about 3 years. Now that I'm back, I realized that even if you want a specific plane and you're just focused on the destination, which isn't a bad thing, whatever keeps you motivated, just remember to have some fun, relax, and make sure you don't get burnt out. That's the video. Before you click off, do look into my other guides I've posted on this channel. Like I previously stated, my aim guide, along with my 10 kill guide for arcade. Trust me, it's a lot easier than you think. As previously mentioned, I'll be making a controls guide, and probably a more advanced guide. However, as always, that's coming soon, trademarked, copyrighted, patented, or something. Be sure to subscribe and like so I can get money. It'll probably fund my next video. Thank you, and quick, before they're gone, cue the NCS outro!